Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of Piofiore, Faded Memories. I hope that you're all doing super well today, whether it be first thing in the morning, the afternoon, or in the evening. I am so ready to have fun and find out what else we have in store, and I hope you're ready too. We were going to a store in Creta to pick up some supplies before heading into Strano. As we walked through the busy streets, Elena suddenly pointed her finger.
ねえ、あれって。
She was pointing to... Oh. Oh. Gilbert Redford? With a smirk on his face, he sauntered boldly down the street. He was likely just as famous in Berlone as Dante Falzone.
あらまあ、ギル。今日もわざわざ来てくれたのかい？
みんなの顔を見ねえことには一日が始まらねえからな。中でもニーナの笑顔は最高だ。今日も街の男たちを骨抜きにしてんだろ。
He's such a flirt, but like in a complimentary way, I feel like.
お上手だね、ギルは。あんたみたいな色男に言われちゃ悪い気はしないよ。
ようギル、寄ってかないか？上等のアマレットが手に入ったんだ。アマレット、いいじゃねえかアントニオ。あん
た、昼間っからギルを飲みに誘うのかい？ギルはあんたと違って忙しいんだよ。なんたってビスコンティのボスなんだから。
まったくだ。
A man standing next to Gilbert intervened with a stern voice.
ギルバート、まさか忘れてはいないと思うが、今日はすべきことが山積みだ。寄り道をする余裕はない。
Oh?
だそうだ。また誘ってくれよ。次は必ず開けておくぜ。そうかい？楽しみにしてるよ。
He's really approachable. It was hard to imagine who he really was from simply observing his usual demeanor. No wonder everyone likes him. He had power, but he didn't abuse it. He was also very handsome. Yeah, that's something to add. He turned to us.
よーシスター。
こんにちは、シニョーレ・レッドボード。
His smile was full of goodwill. No one could ever guess he was the boss of a criminal organization.
これから炊き出しか？いつもご苦労だな。
これも私たち神に仕える者の大切な行いですわ。誠心誠意努めてまいります。
気をつけてな。俺も用を済ませたら顔を出す。
お気遣いに感謝します。
Elena mumbled to me after watching them
ちょっとびっ
leave.
くりしたわね。街中でばったりマフィアの人に会うと、やっぱりドキドキしちゃうわ。
I know how you feel. But for some reason, I didn't feel frightened seeing him. Signore Redford is a very pious person, regardless of his stature. He always came to church every Friday evening. I suppose that's his way of trying to avoid running into Dante Falzone. There was only one church in this town. even if they were on different sides, the god they believed in was the same, which is why they would naturally go to the same location. We arrived in Strano and prepared for the provisioning. This was made possible by the financial support from the Falzone and Visconti families. Let's see, today it's zuppa de faro and pane di Altamura. Oh, and one torta al limon per person.
これから炊き出しを始めます。皆さん、一列に並んでください。
Hearing the sisters' voices, the people around us rushed forward.
今日もすごい人ね。
Let's do our best.
いつもありがとうな、ジョーちゃん。世話になってばかりで申し訳ねえ。教会の人たちが来てくれなかったら、俺たちは飢え死にしちまうよ。
I feel like, we'll come again or we're in this. I'm gonna choose we're in this together. We're in this together. So please, feel free to rely on us.
たく、ありがてえな。あんたら、命の恩人だよ。
I silently offered a prayer for the downtrodden people of Strano as I handed out their meals. May God's blessing be upon all the people here. The provisioning went on, and by dusk we were finished with our duties. It's no wonder I sneezed. I forgot my shawl.
ストラノに引き返すの？だったら私も一緒に。
Oh, don't worry. You go ahead. I'll be right back. There it is. I breathed a sigh of relief when I saw my favorite shawl still where I left it. I need to hurry back so that I can get back to Arca before the sun sets. Almost there. Finally. That voice. I felt a wave of dread come over me. I have a bad feeling about this. I stopped my feet in front of a narrow alleyway. The alleys in Berlin weren't particularly safe. They're out of sight of the main streets, but I think down there, I have to see what's going on. Maybe I was just hearing things. I walked into the alley carefully to confirm what was causing my anxiety. Ooh. That voice, it's Elena. Uh-oh.
バカ、本当に刺しちまうやつがあるか。
Uh-oh.
この女が悪いんだよ。急に暴れるから。
How? Oh. What are you doing to her? I screamed in sorrow as I ran toward them. Get away from her. Elena!
うるせえって言ってんだろ。
He pushed me to the ground. As I tried to get up, I saw a familiar young man in front of me. Where did he come from?
なんだ？
お前、こいつらの知り合いか?
The thug brandished his knife. Oh? Huh? It's as if he suddenly disappeared. The young man crouched, then charged at the thug. He kicked the thug as swiftly as if he were cracking a whip. The thug was blown back toward his partner. Without even flinching, the young man picked up Elena and carried her in his arms. He then turned his head to me.
走れますか?
Yes, I think.
わかった。
He then abruptly picked me up in his other arm. What?
動かないで。多分くらいなら俺が担いだ方が早いです。
Though his arms looked thin, he seemed to carry us easily as he quickly made his way down the alley.
なんだあのガキ。ってなんだこれ。ロザリオ？おい、マジかよ。今時こんなもん持ち歩いてるなんて。あいつら教会の女だったのか。はあ？なんでシスター服着てねえんだよ。アルカの女に手を出したのがバレたらどうなるか。
Yeah, you messed up. Yeah, you're dead meat.
始末するしかねえな。行くぞ。あ、行くってどこにだよ。あの女の怪我ならまず医者だろ。ああ、なるほどな。
The young man brought us to the hospital. We made it in the nick of time when Elena was so close to death. Fortunately for us, her condition had been stabilized. By the time I was able to breathe a sigh of relief, the young man had vanished. I need to contact the church. It dawned on me that I hadn't contacted the sisters. After all, I was worried sick about Elena. I had no idea what was going to happen to her. I bet Elena was waiting for me when the mugging happened. It's all my fault. I clenched my fist and ran through the darkness of the night. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of me.
待ってたぜ、ジョーちゃん。
You're...
やっぱりここで当たりだったな。お前には俺たちと一緒に来てもらう。断る権利はねえから、まあ、おとなしくしてくれや。反抗的な目だな。あんまり調子に乗ってると、お前の友達から先に殺すぜ。お友達を生かすも殺すもお前次第だ。俺たちと一緒に。
I didn't know what they had in store for me. But it looked like I didn't have a choice. If I refused, they'd probably kill me now. Isn't there a way out of this?
よしよし、ここじゃ目立っちまうからな。そこの路地に入れ。
I headed toward the alley when...
ああ、ちょっといいかな。
ああ。
The thug turned around abruptly with a sneer in his voice. Oh, snap! A shot was fired and the thug fell to the ground. What is... Dark red liquid stained the area around his body. The man with the gun smiled under the moonlight.
だから気をつけてって言ったのに。
In his hand was a smoking gun. Returning to his usual tone, he spoke.
もう大丈夫だよ、シニョリーナ。
He spoke in a soft, gentle voice, then smiled. What the frick? I couldn't move. His smile, illuminated by the moonlight, drew me in. The silence that prevailed was broken by... He smiled gently at the man who fled in horror.
血生臭いものを見せてしまってごめんね。できるなら女性の前で銃を出すのは避けたかったんだけど。
His expression and voice were kind, but it wasn't befitting of a situation where a bloodied body rolled over the ground. Nothing about him is different since the time I met him yesterday, which was why his presence brought a chill. Having been born and raised here, I had seen my share of dead bodies on occasion. But so close, right in front of me? I'd never seen a body break, or seen the vivid image of blood spurting from a wound. I couldn't even scream. The smell of blood in the air choked me, keeping me from breathing properly. I held my trembling body with both arms and looked at the person in front of me. Nicola, Francesca. I managed to speak a few words. Please, Signore, please help Elena. She might be in danger too.
Elena?
She's my friend. She's being treated at the hospital. I'm sure they'll return for her. We both saw their faces. He gently patted me on the shoulder and looked straight into my eyes.
落ち着いて。
His words somehow made me go quiet, as if I had been paralyzed.
逃げた男についてだけど、彼が逃げた先にはうちの人間が待機しているから問題ない。病院に運ばれた子がいるってことも僕たちは把握しているよ。万が一のことがないように病室には僕の方で護衛を手配した。だから安心して。
Oh. Each time I heard him speak, one more worry was lifted from me and faded away. I could feel my tension alleviating. Thank you, Signore Francesca. He looked at me again and smiled.
蹴取られると面倒だからね。僕は先行して様子を見に来たんだけど。君が無事でいてくれて安心した。急いで来てよかったよ。
I looked up at his smile and breathed a sigh of relief. Press up. Cause. Interesting. What is this? Oh?
やったか。
ああ、仕留めた。
片付けは頼めるか。
構わないが、お前はどうする？
俺は念のためアルカ地区、特に教会の周りを見回ってくるように言われている。
なるほど。さすがアンダーボスだな。抜かりない。
特に何もなさそうだな。ラオシュは別にアルカを襲撃するつもりじゃなかったってことか。
I looked up at his smile and breathed a sigh of relief. I'm saved. I felt a deep sense of relief come over me. And then the world went blank. Oh, no, it didn't. He wanted me to talk about what happened, so he brought me to the Falzone family manor in the False district? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? Falce? We're gonna go with Falce. The Falzone family manor in the Falce district. Everyone in Berlone knew where the Falzone family lived, but that didn't mean that any normal person could step foot into their residence. So fancy.
君はアルカ地区の裏通りであの男たちが君の友達を襲っている現場を目撃した。運よく顔見知りの青年が助けに入り、君たちを病院まで連れて行った。友達の治療が終わって教会に連絡しようとしていたところで、君は男たちに見つかって、そこに僕が来たというわけだね。
Yes, exactly.
じゃあまずは君を助けた青年についての疑問を解消しておこうかな。
Do you know that person?
うん。彼はオルロックといって僕の友達なんだ。
I see. He was quite young and didn't seem like anyone in the Falzone family.
オルロックは君たちを助けた後、アルカ地区で女性が襲われたって僕に連絡をくれたんだ。だから僕は急いで部下を連れて君たちの保護に向かったというわけ。間に合って本当によかった。
If you didn't come in time, I might have been... No. I would have been killed. Thinking that I was so close to death brought a shiver down my spine. He quietly covered my shaking hands with his.
ダンテは僕たちマフィアの事情を君のような普通の市民に明かすことを好まないだろうけど、僕は君には知る権利があると思う。どうして君たちがそんな目にあったのか。
I was scared to know. But it's scarier to not know. I took a deep breath and nodded. Please tell me.
近頃、この町の若い女の子が姿を消しているのは知っている？
Yes, I heard about it from the people who visit the church. Rumor says that they left town to go out into the city.
それが実は彼女たちの意思によるものじゃなかったとしたら。
What do you mean?
ちょっと良くない話があってね。うちのファミリーでもいろいろ調べているんだけど、彼女たちは決して自ら望んでブルローネを出たわけじゃない。若い女性、中でも身寄りのない子を選んで誘拐している奴らがいる。
Abducted?
ラ
Who
オ
would
シュ。
do such a thing?
彼女たちはその被害者だ。まだ憶測に過ぎないけど、 誘拐された子たちはおそらく国外に売られたんだと思う。その先で何を強いられているかは想像に難くないね。
They were sold as slaves. I mumbled in disbelief. I can't believe such a thing is happening here. The mafia here did have their differences, but the town was generally safe enough to even welcome tourists. The mafia overseeing the districts were hidden behind the peaceful surface of the town. Or at least that was what I thought.
信じられないのも無理はないよ。僕たちもラオ州の尻尾をつかむのには時間がかかった。君たちもおそらくこの件に巻き込まれてしまったんだと思う。けどアルカでラオ州が犯行に及んだのは今夜が初めてのことなんだ。君も知っての通り、アルカは僕たちブルローネマフィアにとって犯してはならない中立地帯だ。こうなった以上、ファルツォーネは本格的にラオ州を潰しに動く。
He spoke clearly of their course of action, then looked at me with concern.
いきなり僕たちの事情に巻き込まれて、君も混乱していると思うけど、君のことも入院している友達も僕たちが必ず守ってあげる。約束するよ。
Thank you, Signore.
僕のことはニコラでいい。
Huh? But...
あまりかしこまる必要はないよ。まあ、怖いかもしれないけど。
That's not true. You did save our lives after all.
じゃあ、ニコラって呼んでほしいな。親愛の証に。ね。
I was still a bit hesitant, but it was hard to refuse, especially with the way he presented it. With the wink and all, it's very beautiful. Yep, that's the word I was gonna use. Beautiful. Thank you, Nicola. He smiled hearing me speak his name, then extended to me a surprising invitation.
今夜はこの屋敷で休んでいって、君の安全のためにもね。
Huh? Are you sure? I mean, I'm an outsider. I'm not a member of your family.
大丈夫だよ。むしろ君をこのまま教会に返した方が問題かな。それでもし君に何かあったとしたら、僕たちのメンツは丸つぶれだからね。
Nicola's expression hardened a bit as his tone became more serious.
ファルツォーネは古くからこの地の恩恵を受けて大きくなった組織だ。こういう時こそ僕たちの出番。狙われているのが神の家、教会に身を置いている女性ならなおさらね。僕たちのような立場の人間の言葉なんて信用できないかもしれないけど。
That's not true. The Falzone family has been giving constant donations to the church. Even your boss, Signore Falzone, often comes by to offer his prayers. I know that your family is all very pious and take the church's teachings to heart.
少なくともラオ州よりはずっとね。
You're right. Nicola's playful comment made me chuckle. Well then, may I accept your gracious invitation?
もちろん、心から歓迎するよ。
He knows my name? How unexpected. Oh, thank you very much.
じゃあ今夜はゆっくり休んで、話はまた明日改めて。
What a wonderful room. The bed is soft and the adornments are so extravagant. The room I was led to was the most beautiful guest room I had ever seen. I changed my clothes and tucked myself into bed. The room is so fancy. Maybe a bit too fancy, but it is fancy. The room is far beyond what a normal person like me should enjoy. I hope Elena is okay. Maybe she's feeling better already. I hope she's not in too much pain. I wasn't able to call the church. I'm sure everyone is worried sick. This isn't working. I couldn't get myself to fall asleep at all. I'm also getting thirsty. After pondering a moment, I slowly got myself out of bed.
まだ起きていたんだ。
Nicola! My heart leapt hearing Nicola call to me the moment I took a peek outside my room. I didn't expect anyone here. Wait, my clothes! Not only was I embarrassed, it was rude of me to look this way in front of the person who saved me. While I regretted my actions, I tried to keep my composure. You're not going to sleep yet?
ああ、ちょっとね。君のことも気がかりだったし。
Wait. Have you been here all this time? You're standing guard, aren't you? Nicola squinted a bit, then smiled at me.
君が心配だったから。
How thoughtful of you. I'm assuming this is just part of his duties, but the fact that he cared enough to stand guard told me how kind he was.
それで、君はどうしたのかな？
I'm sorry to leave the room without permission. It's just that I couldn't sleep. And I was getting a little thirsty, so...
無理もないよ。君はあんなことに巻き込まれたんだから。気が利かなくてごめんね。少し部屋で待っていてくれる？すぐ戻るから。
Without waiting for my response, Nicola left down the corridor. I feel bad having to bother Nicola like this. I decided to go back inside my room, feeling sorry for having him cater to me. Come in.
お待たせ。はい、これ。
He handed me a steaming cup of warm milk.
今夜は冷えるし、温かい飲み物の方がいいかと思って。
I took the mug from his hand and felt the warmth flowing through my fingers. Thank you, Nicola.
どういたしまして。結構暑いから気をつけてね。
Thank you. I can smell a hint of honey. It's so warm and delicately sweet.
少しは落ち着いた？
Yes, I feel warm all over now. I suppose this warm cup of milk was exactly what I needed. I was thankful that he took such care into considering what I really wanted.
じゃあ、君が眠くなるまで少しおしゃべりでもしようか。
Huh? But...
もちろん君が嫌なら遠慮するけど、僕は邪魔？
Not at all, but... If you don't mind.
それはよかった。
From there, we spoke casually about all sorts of things. We spoke about the weather and our interests. We spoke about what sweets we liked, what flowers and animals we liked. And finally, Nicola ended our conversation with,
今夜のことをどう思った？
Huh? His gentle eyes compelled me to slowly reveal what was deep inside my heart. It was very scary. I'm still not sure what happened. My best friend was about to be killed, then someone died in front of me. I just don't know why it's all happening. This all feels like some nightmare. Recalling the event made me shudder in fear. Nicola gently clasped my hand in his.
今夜の君はよく頑張ったね。僕はこのファミリーで生まれ育ったから、こういう荒事にも慣れっこだけど、小さい頃は怖くて眠れない夜もあった。だから、君が抱えている不安も恐れもわかる気がする。
He spoke as if consoling a young child. I feel a bit better already. My mind, that had been everywhere since the incident, was coming back to earth with his words. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you for listening to me. I showed him my gratitude with a smile, and he smiled back at me.
お礼を言いたいのは僕の方だよ。だって僕はずっと前から君のことが気になっていたんだから。
Huh? Before I could ask what he meant by that, Nicola quickly and abruptly ended our conversation.
さあ、おしゃべりはそろそろ終わりにしようか。のんびりしていたら朝が来てしまいそうだから。
It sounds as if he's known me for some time. Maybe he just said it as a joke. Or maybe he's just being polite. The men of this country do say things to flatter, but living at the church has kept me from most of those types. I'm sure he was joking. Still, that caught me off guard.
ホットミルクも空になったようだし、ちょうどいい。さあ、ベッドに入って。
I suppose. Maybe it was because I was relaxed now, but I could feel the sleep wash over me. I went back into bed, and Nicola tucked me in with the warm blanket. Nicola.
眠れるまでそばにいるよ。
Oh. The palm of his hand covered my eyes. I couldn't tell what kind of expression he had on his face. But his voice was gentle, and I heard a touch of genuine concern.
死にかけた夜に恐ろしいマフィアの家で一人眠らないとならないなんて。傷ついている女の子に対してあまりにも冷たい仕打ちだよね。
Nicola.
さあ、目を閉じて。もう眠ろう。
He firmly held my hand, and his fingers intertwined with mine. Why is he so kind to me? I'd had no parents since I was a child, so it wasn't often I was treated this way. I couldn't seem to explain my feelings. I felt warm and cozy, yet it was bittersweet. I don't want to deny the kindness that he's showing me. I felt guilty about what was happening, but I slowly drifted into slumber.
おやすみ。
Oh. Soon, after his kind, gentle whisper, I fell asleep. Oh. Alright, guys. We are going to end it here. We went a little bit longer than usual, but that's okay. I got really into it. I just really wanted to complete the day. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm really excited. I think we're still in the prologue. Let me save real quick. Yes, possibly. I'm not quite sure how this goes. I think does it choose for you who you start pursuing? We're finding out. But yeah, this is really exciting. So let me know, what do you think so far? Is Nicola a mystery? What is his mystery? What do you think about everyone that we've met? Oh my gosh, there's so many. I have so many questions. I just want to know. I just want to understand everything. I'm so excited. So it looks like we're pursuing Nicola, and I'm really excited and curious, and it's okay. This is fine. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.